I graduated high school as valedictorian, by the way. But what's next? Hey y'all, it's JC and I am back with another video. This video is long awaited, just like my past few videos. Y'all have been really on me about uploading, and I've been wanting to upload this video for a while, but I just really didn't know the right way to say things, the right way to go about it. But I've kind of realized that, you know, there isn't the right way. I should just go ahead and do it. This video is my attempt at just going for it. So in today's video, I'm going to be kind of giving you all a life update, kind of telling you all what's next for me, and kind of just telling you all how I got to that decision. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first, let's reflect upon high school a little bit. So as y'all know, I graduated high school. I graduated as valedictorian. I will upload my valedictorian speech. I'm so sorry I've not done that yet, but I will upload my valedictorian speech so you all can hear that. And high school was an interesting time for me. Most of my high school career was spent on focusing on getting into a top college. That was like my whole like hustle grind. Everything I did was so that I could get into a top college, and that is very toxic. I don't recommend, but I'm just being honest. That's the type of student I was. I didn't have tons of friends in high school. I think I was pretty well known. I tried my best to balance my school and like social life. I don't think I did that well. That's something I regret doing, not being social enough, not really forming a solid friend group. Like, I feel like my high school friend group kind of came along at the end of high school, and I started being with the same people all the time, and I kind of just sat back and looked one day, and I was like, oh, these are my high school friends. So shout out to y'all, by the way. I love y'all so much. And we're like cool. I don't necessarily think that they're gonna be like my besties to the restie. That's okay. But we were like really rocking at the end of high school, so I'm very grateful for that. But once again, I regret not really being close to my class and my peers. You know, when I was reflecting and writing my valedictorian speech, I kind of realized like I didn't do much with my class, so I kind of regret that. Something I kind of wish I'd done more, but you know, it's over. All I can do is learn from it and move on, so that is what I'm planning to do. So now let's talk about the college application process. I know a lot of you all are here because of my college admissions videos, so welcome to the channel first of all. But let's talk about my college admissions process. So first of all, was it fun? Honestly, I had a good time. Like, I really did. I went in confident that I would get into the colleges that I want to, and I was prepared. I started preparing early on so that I wouldn't be like, you know, stressed out about it, which I did get a little stressed, but like overall, I think I had a good time. I started preparing for my college applications. I wrote my Common App essay like July, before my senior year, but everything else I did after August of my senior year. But also, I only had 2 classes at the high school, so I was able to kind of work on my college applications during the fall. I had to sacrifice a lot. Like, I had a playlist called Point of View. You miss out on social events because you're working on college applications, or something like that. It's a very good playlist, by the way. Y'all should go listen. But I had a playlist because I felt like I was just missing out on so much that I wouldn't be able to get back. But overall, I think it was worth it. And like I said earlier, my goals for like my whole life were to get into a top college. So that's what I was working towards. That's what I was gonna do. And I did it, which leads me to my next point, picking a college. So picking a college was literally the most stressful thing that I've ever had to do in my entire life. Like, y'all, I would tell people like, yeah, I'm just struggling on picking a college. You know, I got into 18 amazing colleges. Like, I got into some of the colleges that I have dreamed of getting into my whole freaking life. And now I'm here and I don't know what to choose. And I was so stressed out, y'all. I've never been so stressed. And people would be like, that's a good problem to have. When you have the problem, you want any problem but that one. So y'all, I cried. I spent many hours. I remember one day in my Spanish class, I like literally interrupted class to stand in front of the Spanish class and say, y'all, please help me choose a college. And everybody was really helpful. I made TikToks about it. I was just doing so much to try to choose a college. I was doing polls with my close friends every other week. I was stressed out. And shout out to my parents, first of all, for helping me, allowing me to visit all these schools and basically telling me that it was my decision. And while that was very stressful because I was like, oh my God, just choose for me, I'm very grateful because I know a lot of people didn't have that privilege to choose their own college, and their parents might not have been as supportive as mine were. So shout out to my parents for paying all my application fees and just being very supportive in the process. Like, my family, we're not the most well-off family, but my parents always make it happen. So shout out to them. But yeah, like I said, picking a college is very stressful, and I'm gonna go through like my college choices. Like, I'm gonna go through the process I did in choosing my college. I'm leaning off the screen to get my iPad because I use my iPad for everything, and in my notes I have like thought process I went through in choosing a college. Okay, so I got into 18 schools. If you want to see what 18 I got into, you can either just wait till I say it, or you can go watch my college decision reaction video. But I had different requirements that I went through, and basically I'm going to go through schools that didn't make the top 10, my top 5, and my top 3. So first, to start with schools that didn't make my top 10. Auburn University did not make my top 10 because I really wasn't feeling the vibe on the tour. My grandmother went there. It was her alma mater, so she was very excited for me to apply, but honestly it just wasn't my vibe. I applied because my grandma really wanted me to apply. She loved it there, she loved her time there, but it just wasn't the place for me. Next is Mercer University. If you don't know what Mercer is, it's in Macon, Georgia. I don't live too far from Macon, Georgia, so one, it just felt too much like home. I didn't really like the city. I didn't feel like it was much going on there, and it also just wasn't my vibe. Next, Howard University. For the financial aid they gave me, I just felt like it wasn't worth the problems, because I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, but I saw the type of issues that students were complaining about on TikTok, and I was like, for $50,000 a year, that's not really what I want. So yeah, same thing with Spelman. They only gave me $1,000 of financial aid, that's it, and I just I still had 40-something thousand more to pay, and I just didn't think it was worth it. Next is Georgia Tech. I'm a Georgia resident, so if you don't know, if you have a certain SAT score and great GPA, or you're valedictorian or salutatorian, you get free tuition to any public Georgia school. So I got free tuition to Georgia Tech, and while that is amazing, and Georgia Tech is an amazing school, I don't consider myself a strong STEM student, and I felt like Tech's STEM focus was too much for me. They do have other programs that aren't STEM, but I just felt like, it wasn't my vibe. Like, Tech just was overwhelmingly CS and ME, and that just wasn't my vibe. So, and since I had so many places to choose from, I wanted to choose somewhere that fit my vibe 100%. So next, it's the University of Alabama. Honestly, I just didn't like Tuscaloosa. College towns were not my vibe, and I don't know, they were amazing to me. I went on a tour of University of Alabama, and they treated me like a recruited athlete. It was an amazing tour. The people there were amazing. My scholarship was amazing, but it just wasn't my vibe. Next, Georgia State University. So in the beginning, I was like, I want to go to school in a city. But as I started getting accepted into schools that were in the city, I realized I wanted a campus. Like, I would be okay with a campus inside the city, but it was too city for me. Last one that didn't make the top 10 is Vanderbilt University. And Vanderbilt didn't make the top 10 because I felt like I didn't really connect with the people I met that were going to Vanderbilt. I have 2 friends that are going to Vanderbilt. I love them, but I was talking to people in group chats, and I didn't like their vibe. And I know that's not really a thing to pick schools on, but y'all, I was looking for any reason to eliminate schools because I needed to eliminate schools. I don't know if that sounds a little shallow, but honestly, I just had a choice to make, and I had less than a month to make it, so I was looking for reasons. And then the financial aid was terrible. I got a scholarship, and even with my scholarship, it was not talking about anything. And I see people talk about this a lot, but as middle class, it's very hard to get really good financial aid from these schools because for really wealthy students, they can pay their whole tuition, so they're not really worried about them. And then you want to create so much opportunity for low-income students, and I'm so glad to see that a lot of my low-income friends are going to school for free, and I'm so grateful for them. But it kind of leaves the kids in the middle, and I'm in the middle, and it definitely left me alone. So I was met with a lot of financial aid packages that I just couldn't do anything with. That would include me taking out heaps of debt or just causing financial strain on my family, and I didn't really want to do that. So now let's talk about schools that didn't make the top 5. First, UNC Chapel Hill. I got a full ride to UNC Chapel Hill. I didn't have to do any extra applications or anything. The full ride came with my acceptance. So that was crazy, amazing. But 1, I heard a lot of problems on Reddit, and 2, I didn't like the dorms. It took us on a tour, and you know how when you go on a college tour, they show you their nicest dorms? The dorm they showed me, I was like, these are their nicest dorms? This is an issue. So I didn't like UNC Chapel Hill for that reason, but the school itself was really nice. I met a lot of nice people that are going there. There are a lot of North Carolina kids because it's their public and state school. So everyone I talked to, they'd be like, oh, you're from North Carolina, and I was like, whoa, okay. That's why UNC didn't make the top 5, even though I got a full ride. It was an amazing full ride. Full ride including room and board and tuition and all that. Very nice package. But because of some of my other offers, it didn't make the top 5. Next, USC. When I started doing research, I realized that West Coast big cities stress me out. LA stresses me out. I'm a Georgia girl to the T. I like Atlanta, I like New York, I like all the East Coast cities, but LA was stressing me out. So that's why USC didn't make the cut. Next, NYU. There's no campus, and I got bad financial aid. Next, Brown University. no financial aid. I was loving Brown, y'all. I really was. Brown was like, after that video profile I made for Brown, which I'll post that if y'all want me to, but after that video profile, I was so committed, and then I got my financial aid and I was no longer committed. So that's as simple as that. Next is Penn. I got into the Ben Frank Scholars Program at Penn. Like, it feels like they really wanted me. I got a really nice letter from my admissions officer too. I think everybody gets one of those, but it was really nice, so I still like really liked it. But the stress culture at Wharton, I'm the type of person where if I get too stressed out, I'm gonna shut down. And for the stress culture that I was seeing at Wharton that people would talk about on YouTube and Reddit and all that, it just wasn't worth it for me. Because I applied to Wharton with the idea that I would go into consulting or IB or something like that. Then the more I started thinking, I was like, is that really what I want to do, or is that just what I think will make me the most money? And I was like, I'm only applying to Penn because of this. I haven't even looked at their other programs. So what if I switch? I'm gonna have an identity crisis. So I just decided that wasn't the place for me. Next, I'm gonna go to the top 5. My top 5 was UChicago, Columbia, University of Georgia, Stanford, and Duke. And now I'm gonna talk about why each of them made the top 5. So Duke, I loved when I toured. Their Black Student Alliance program that I got, like, I don't know if y'all remember in my reaction video, but I got invited to a Black Student Alliance invitational program. People I met in there were amazing. Duke has a great econ major and amazing job prospects, and it's kind of close to home. Like, it's about 6 hours from home, so that's not that far. Like, I could drive to move in and stuff like that. So I was feeling Duke. Next was Columbia. Y'all, Columbia was my dream school from the moment I stepped foot on campus in 10th grade. New York City, I love the big city. I kind of think I want to go into international relations maybe. New York City is a big feeder to that. My admissions officer was amazing. I got into a scholar program and I met nice people on Adamant Day, even though I kind of didn't like Adamant Day altogether. I did meet some very nice people, but shout out to my admissions officer. She was amazing. I loved her. She, like, when I went to Admit Day, she like recognized me and she just remembered stuff I said in my application. She told me I was one of her favorite applications. I just really felt like welcomed by her and her alone, because I didn't feel welcomed by some of the other admits I met. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, let's move on to UChicago. I love UChicago. I don't know if y'all saw my reaction when I got into UChicago, but I have been waiting for that one. So UChicago, I found out about it in August when I was applying, and it did not leave my sights after that. I met so many friends and amazing people. I felt super cared for on tour. I went up to visit during February because that was the only time I could visit, and my AO made a personal tour for me. The young woman who like gave me my tour, she was amazing. Like, she was so sweet and she really made me feel at home. The campus was beautiful. I love the city. I love Chicago. I want to move there one day now, but like, it still felt like a campus. Like, I still was getting that campus feel from there. And it's amazing for my major. Like, UChicago had the whole package, and I got a pretty nice scholarship. It wasn't a full ride, but like, it was manageable, more manageable than the rest. Still would have probably had to take out minimal loans, but like, it was more manageable than the rest. The last one in the top 5 is the University of Georgia. So I know all of y'all are like, she got into an Ivy and she's looking at UGA. But y'all, I got a full ride scholarship to UGA, and I'm gonna read you all the benefits of my full ride scholarship. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm about to tell you all the benefits of my scholarship. So first of all, I get a full ride. So I get full tuition, stipend to cover all my other expenses, 3 fully funded spring travel study programs, 1st through 3rd years valued at $9,900. I'll put on the screen where some people have traveled to recently. 1 fully funded summer study abroad program to Oxford University immediately following the 1st year. Individual travel study grants up to a cumulative total of $9,000 related to students' academic and professional goals, and can be combined with semester stipends for travel study for semester or academic year. Research and academic conference grants up to a cumulative total of $1,750. Special seminars and book discussions with UGA and visiting professors, faculty, peer, and alumni tutoring, twice a year, all fellows, off-campus retreats, and participation in a community of young scholars. Like, y'all, that scholarship was really something else. I already had numerous connections at UGA because I was state president of Georgia 4-H. It's an organization that runs through the College of Agriculture at UGA. So I had many connections. All my AP classes transferred. UGA has a football culture, tons of school spirit. It's not far from Atlanta, so even though it's not like in the middle of a city, it's not that far, and I could take my car. The interview weekend oh my gosh, the scholarship interview weekend was really like a selling point for me. That was an amazing weekend. And then there's a double dog program. So because of my AP credits, I have the opportunity to graduate in 4 years of my master's, which I did not have anywhere else except for University of Alabama. So if y'all didn't realize what my final choice was, it was UGA. After a generous cost benefit analysis, you know, I'm an econ major. UGA was the best value for the price. Like, it was gonna be free. And you know, everywhere else I'd have to go into a little bit of debt. There's no career guarantee. I'm kind of indecisive. I don't even know what I want it to be when I got older. And most of my prospective jobs needed a grad degree anyway, so why would I go into debt for undergrad when I could have all these undergrad opportunities for free? And like, the interview weekend was just so amazing. Like, and meeting all the alumni and seeing all the amazing things they did and seeing so many people before me in the program do what I wanted to do, y'all, that was literally the place for me. So, you know, turning down Stanford, U Chicago, Columbia, Brown, Penn, UNC, Duke, all those schools, turning those down really hard for me. I literally cried when I submitted my deposit to UGA. That's the only money I had to pay, by the way, because everything else is covered. Oh, not to mention I have outside scholarships too, so I'll be getting refund checks throughout the year. I'm literally not paying a dime to go to college. And UGA is not a bad school. UGA is a high-ranked public institution. I'm so happy to be saying that I'm attending there. So it was really just a no-brainer after I looked at all the benefits that I'd be having. And I also recommend that if you're applying to college, go ahead and look at full ride programs at state schools and schools that aren't as high-ranked as the ones you may be looking at initially, because that's really the place. I'd also like to say, you never know what people are going through. I remember when I was talking about this, people would be like, oh my gosh, don't go to UGA. Ask for more money at all these top schools. They want you. Hey y'all, I did, and I didn't get anything. I feel like you hear so much about people successfully appealing for more aid that you don't realize that every appeal is not successful. And my appeals are not successful. So be nice to people. So yeah, that's how I decided to go to UGA. Go Dogs. So now let's talk about my goals, what's next, and what's coming for me in the future. So I'll be starting at UGA in the fall, in August. I'll be making move-in content, all the, you know, basic college content. So be on the lookout for that. I will be making college content, but I will be making other content as well. So if college content isn't really your thing, you can stay. I have something for everyone. I also want to help people in your college applications. So I'll be choosing 2 people to mentor. If you want to be mentored by me, fill out the form in the description box. I will be mentoring you throughout your whole college application process because I really, really want to help people out. But unfortunately, I can't help everyone. So I will be doing a paid service. Follow me on Instagram at JCCorinne so you can learn more about my paid service. And if you pay, I can guarantee help. I can't guarantee results, but I can guarantee help. So that'll be coming soon. Follow me on Instagram and stay updated on my YouTube for more. But if you want to have the chance to win a free mentorship, please fill out the form in the description box. So my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you really enjoyed this video, and I hope that you all stay following me and subscribe to me so that you all can see what I do next. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next video. Bye bye.